Hi, my name's Joelle. I'm here for our Trekstock 7-day yoga videos. 7 days for you to practice this and do at home. Today is day 2, Nourish the Spine. I'm here with Andrea, and yesterday, was everything okay?
It was great.
So today we're going to go through spinal twists. Any movements you do find uncomfortable, just ease it back a little bit. I'll give you many different adaptations and we're just going to take it and enjoy the session. Today all you need is a mat, a blanket or a towel and some water, and we're going to get started. Today we're starting in a lying down posture. So make yourself comfortable, lying down. Option to use the blanket if you'd like to support your head, or even resting the blanket underneath the knees might be comfortable to start with. Just let the legs come as wide as the mat if that's comfortable. Palms up or palms down, totally up to you. And just checking in with the body, so just giving the head a little rock from side to side. And then closing the eyes. So focusing on this full body breath, also known as a full yogic breath, full yoga breath, where we're trying to incorporate belly movements, as well as feeling the ribs coming in and out, and our chest rising. So option to place one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. And if you've done this before, then you may not need the hands here, but just whatever's comfortable to start with. And I just want you to start to bring a little bit of awareness to where you feel any movement as you take a deep breath in. So on your inhale, do you feel any chest movement, any belly movement? And then just see if you can lengthen your inhale a little more and lengthen the exhale. So just taking a deeper breath. And this time breathing in a little more. Try and feel your belly move. So feel as you breathe in, feeling your breath push the hand up towards the ceiling. And then lengthening the exhale. On the next inhale, feeling the belly rise, feeling the ribs expand, and maybe feeling a breath up to the collarbone. And then letting go of that breath. Inhaling into the belly, ribs expand into the chest, and then let the chest go, ribs go. Exhaling last from the belly. So really trying to fully use our lungs. And we tend not to do this very much in normal life. We often shallow breathe and quick breathe, just using the upper part. So this belly breath, it's hard to keep it going consistently throughout a session. But if it's something that you can just put a little attention to, thinking of this belly moving, and we're going to try and keep that intention there today. And if you find it difficult, it may come with a little bit of practice. But as we did yesterday, I just want you to keep that flow of breath going. So an inhale, exhale, and trying to create this consistent flow so there's no breaks. So taking the hands back to the side of the body. And our first movement is going to be knees into chest. So lying here, squeezing one knee into chest, giving the knee a little squeeze, giving your hips a little wriggle from side to side. And then option on your leg that's straight, just draw the toes back to you. So you're trying with a little bit of intention to push the leg into the mat. And then we're going to change legs. So drawing the other knee in, extending the other side. And again, squeezing that knee in while drawing the toes back. So flexing the toes on the other leg. And thinking of this flow of breath. It's hard when you're in this position to take a deep breath into the belly, but if you can, have a go. And then squeezing both knees in, Option to keep knees together, or you may want to keep them a little bit apart, whatever's comfortable. Holding on to the top of the knees or underneath. And we're just going to give ourselves a little rock from side to side. And then a little squeeze with the knees. So you're going to draw circles with the knees, squeezing them in, and then around. And then taking this to the other direction. And then gently, one by one, lengthening the legs. And we're going to take a banana stretch. So this is a really nice stretch to do. Includes the whole body. So we're going to take a deep breath in, lengthen the arms up overhead. So you may feel like you need to adjust, maybe move anything out of the way if you have anything hitting your hands. So lengthening through the body, deep breath in, stretch the fingers away, stretch the toes away. Exhale and release. Now if you've had any recent surgery around the armpits or anything around breast cancer, you may notice, or you may generally from daily life just have a little bit of tightness, and you may feel your arms just want to drop back to the side, and if that's the case, just let them be. Try not to force them too high up. So on your inhale, you can lengthen. Exhale, just let them drop and rest wherever they fall. An option here with a blanket. Welcome to pad underneath the elbow, so you have a little bit of movement and a little bit of support here. And you can do this both sides. So we're going to take this stretch. So wherever the arms are, important, just let them be by the side. Try not to let them come over the head. So on our next deep breath in, lengthen the arms. Exhale and just let the ankles drop to the sides. We're going to focus on our right arm. So we're going to take our right arm to the right side of the mat and our right leg to the right side of the mat. Left arm to join it. Left leg to join it. We're going to create this sort of banana shape. So just keep inching the body over bit by bit. And you may find you need to move the hips and shoulders if you have this movement here. So just a comfortable stretch. So holding on, if you're tipping to the right side of the mat, so you're curving in a little bit of a banana shape. Right hand holding on to the left wrist. And then option, left ankle, if you want and it's there for you. A little bit more of a stretch to anchor it over the other ankle. So left ankle coming over the right. If that feels too powerful, too strong down the side of the body, just let that go. Most important thing is our hips stay stable on the floor and our shoulder blades stay fixed on the floor. We're not lifting. So there's a really strong stretch coming through the underarm and the ribs. And if this feels too much, just let yourself ease back a little. Otherwise, if you can stay here, we're going to do 2 more breaths. So that full belly breath, if you can think of breathing into the belly and lengthen that exhale. And then gently unhooking the ankle if you had that done. Letting go of the wrist, then gently easing the hands back and the legs back so you feel you're in a nice straight line. And then we're going to take it to the other side, so inch by inch, moving the body, keeping the hips stable, keeping that space between the ears and the shoulders. So even though we're trying to get this nice side body stretch, if you feel like you're hunching the shoulders up towards the ear, that may give you a little bit of a neck stress. So just be mindful of getting a stretch in one area, but not affecting another. And if you can, hooking the ankle over, so right ankle over the left, taking hold of the right wrist this time, and keeping them above the head. And as you take a deep breath in, think of sending that breath to the area that feels a little tight. So all these muscles we have in between the ribs, they tend not to really get much of a stretch. And this is a really strong focus as we take that breath in. So as you take a deep breath in, the ribs naturally expand out and you're feeling this side body stretch. One more deep breath in. And then gently letting go of the wrist, unhooking the foot, and gently easing yourself back to that midline. Taking a really nice long stretch, stretching the toes, give the toes a little wiggle, fingers a little wiggle, and then bringing those arms back to side. Maybe here you want to give your knees another little squeeze in. Take whatever stretch you feel you need. So maybe you want to take both knees into chest, or just one. And then we're going to take a spinal twist here. So we're going to take our arms to our sides into a T position. And then whichever way you wish to go first, taking a nice deep breath in, controlling and letting the knees fall to one side. And then here, you may want to use a blanket to just give yourself a little bit of padding. So rolling the shoulders back and down, creating this length. So rolling the shoulders back and down, creating this length through the spine, but also this lovely twist as we're bringing the knees to one side. An option if you want to increase this stretch, taking your gaze over the opposite finger. So in this instance, taking our gaze over to our right hand. Lovely. And padding the knees, there's nothing wrong with this. Actually, often if we give ourselves a little bit of a bolster, give ourselves a little bit of padding, then sometimes the body can feel the stretch, but actually just relax into it a little more. So again, thinking of that consistent flow of breath. Inhale and exhale. And then as we bring ourselves back to center, we're actually going to use the opposite hand. So we're going to bring our right hand across and maybe reach for the thigh and just give them a little squeeze and support. Back into midline. And then taking it to the other side. So squeezing the knees in, deep breath in. Exhale and rolling the knees to the other side. Just going to give you a little bolster there. And often each side can feel completely different. Sometimes you may carry a bag on one shoulder, feel that the other side feels a little tighter. So just be mindful of trying to feel what the body wants to be. So don't try and force any postures. Maybe your knees came down to the right side, but maybe they don't on the left, and just let the body move and adjust as it wants to. Again, closing the eyes and listening to your body can be helpful. So increasing the stretch. If your knees are one direction, taking your gaze and hands over. Taking a deep breath into the belly. Keeping that flow of breath going. And then gently squeezing the knees back in, using the hand for support. And then this time, we're going to come up from our lying position and using our elbows, as we did yesterday. If you want to take that roll up, you're welcome to. But today, we're both going to use our hands and come up to our seated posture. So crossing our legs, we're going to roll forwards again, rolling into our tabletop. So finding the knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders, and again, enough room for the torso. So spread the fingers out, use the fingers as your anchor. Knees underneath hips, let the feet relax. And if you feel that there's a little bit of pressure on the knees, we did this yesterday, so day one, you may feel like you want to pad the knees out. With the blanket, you're very welcome to keep it maybe a little thinner and just use that for a little bit of support. And here we're going to go through what we call thread the needle. So starting with this hand, we're going to lift the arm up, take a deep breath in, reaching the arm up, looking toward your fingers. Exhale, we're going to thread that through underneath the arm. Come down so your cheek is relaxed on the floor. We're going to hold this for a couple of breaths. Option here, you can always pad underneath the shoulder. That might feel a little bit of pressure there, so quite comfortable alternative. So on our side, take a deep breath in, lifting up. Inhale, looking up. Last time, exhale, threading through. Couple of breaths here. And deep breath in, lifting up. And to the other side. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, rolling through. Cheek rested on the mat. Couple of breaths here. Inhale, lifting up. Looking up towards those fingers. Exhale, last time, threading that through. Inhale, lifting back up. I'm just going to take a nice wide knee, child's pose. So drawing the toes back together if you can. Taking your bum back to heels. And spreading the arms forward. So you're letting your forehead come to rest on the mat. And here we're just going to take a little twist if you want. So this may be enough for you. If you would like to inch one hand to the side of the mat. And then the other hand can come to the center a little. And then with intention of thinking of sitting the opposite side, so the opposite bum back towards the heel. So you're getting a little bit of a twist again, coming through the armpit. And if you want to increase that, just inching to the side a little more. And if this feels too much, just come back up. Otherwise, a few more breaths in this posture. And then inching the hands back to center. And then taking them to the other side. So if our arms are coming to this side of the mat, a little bit of intention coming down through this side. And if that feels too much, just ease off a little. And then gently working our hands back to center. Lovely, and slowly coming back up onto our tabletop. And then here, we're going to cross our legs and we're going to come back to our seated posture. So you don't have to roll through. Do whatever's comfortable to come into your seated. And this time with our legs out in front of us, we're going to do a similar variation of what we did yesterday. We're going to take a spinal twist option of our leg bent or leg coming across the other. So we're going to start with this leg. We're going to squeeze it into midline. We're going to give it a little hug. Now you're very welcome to take this leg over the other, so you're giving yourself this cross-body movement. Otherwise you can stay here, so do what's comfortable. I'm going to stay here in this posture. So squeezing into chest, holding on with one arm. So in this case, lifting our right arm up, taking a deep breath in, looking up towards those fingers. Exhale and placing the hand behind you and taking a look over that shoulder. So back hand, you can either have a flat hand or you can lift up onto the fingers, whatever gives you that balance, so you don't feel like you're slumping into the arm. Keeping a nice tall posture. Keeping that flow of breath going. Two more breaths here. Deep breath in, sitting tall. Exhale. See if you have a little more movement. And if this feels too much, just ease off. Last deep breath in, sitting nice and tall. Exhale. Twisting a little further. And then gently coming back round to centre. Giving that knee a little squeeze. We're just going to take a gentle little twist to the other side. Straighten the legs again, unhook the legs. Give the legs a little shake out. And then we're going to go to the other side. So just because one side may have felt comfortable with the leg over or across, doesn't mean the other side will. So just listen to the body a little. So bringing the knee up into chest. Option to take it over if you wish. Most important bit is that sit bones. The bony bits underneath our bum are engaged with the floor. So both arms squeezing in. And then our arm that's free. Taking it up into the air, deep breath in, looking into the fingers. Exhale and placing it behind. So adjust if you need to. Thinking of the rolling the shoulders back and down, thinking of the spine in a nice long line. Deep breath in, sitting tall. Exhale and twist. Last deep breath in. Exhale, and if there's a little more movement there, go for it. And then gently squeezing back in. Squeezing the knee into chest. Take a little twist the other way. And then bringing our knees back into chest. And we're just going to shuffle forwards just a little bit. So arms by the side. Option to lengthen the legs, and you can often roll back again if you want to. So you can roll back and have that spine massage again if you want to, or can you use your arms for support, whatever's comfortable. So legs straight or legs bent. Today I think we're going to go for bent knee and use our hands to support and roll ourselves back. So coming into this lying posture, extending the legs out. Legs as wide as the mat. And if you feel you need any last final stretch, take it. Do what feels comfortable. Maybe take a blanket and cover yourself with the blanket if you wish. Let the ankles as wide as the mat, toes dropping out to the side. Contact with the back of the head. Just focusing on your breathing to see if there's any change from when we started. Does the top of the body feel a little freer? And this may come with doing the session again. Okay, so that's it for today's session. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can join me again for tomorrow's session, day 3. Thank you.